What if your problem isn't the devil? What if it's the person sitting at your dinner table? Listen to me. You call it loyalty. God calls it delayed obedience. Some people celebrate your past because they are terrified of your future. They don't want you free. They want you predictable. Here are the 5 people God is warning you about right now. And the last one is the reason you haven't moved yet. Number 1, the one who labels fear as wisdom. You know this person. They don't pray over your vision. They panic over it. Every time God tells you to build, to save, or to change direction, they are the first ones to explain why obedience won't work. They don't ask if God spoke to you. They only ask what could go wrong. They say, be realistic, or shouldn't you just stay where it's safe? In the Bible, the servant who buried his talent thought he was being responsible. God called him wicked. Why? Because fear is not a strategy. That's not a cautionary report. It's a grasshopper report. They see the giants in the land. They don't see the God who called you. But fear is only the beginning. If fear doesn't stop you, they'll use your shared struggle to pull you back down. Number 2, the struggle companion. These are the people who only feel close to you when you're both struggling. You bond over having the same bills, the same debt, the same family drama. But the moment you start building order, the moment you get disciplined and start obeying God with your resources, you break the contract of the group. Suddenly, you're acting superior. They say you've changed. But look, they aren't mad that you're changing. They're mad that you're no longer a mirror for their excuses. They were comfortable as long as you were stuck in the basement with them. If someone needs you broke just to feel okay about themselves, they aren't your friend. They are your anchor. And if they can't pull you back with nostalgia, they'll try to pull you down with religion, making your success look like a sin. Number 3, the religious shamer. This person uses spiritual language to justify a lack of responsibility. They tell you that poverty is piety. They call your stewardship greed. They call your discipline a lack of faith. This is pressure wearing a cross. Scripture never says lack is holiness. It says a good man leaves an inheritance. God is not offended by your wise management. He is offended when laziness is dressed up as humility. Don't let a religious spirit shame you into being a bad steward. You cannot pour consistently from a life that is in total chaos. Shame is a heavy weight, but it's light compared to someone who treats your bank account like their own private rescue mission. Number 4, the crisis drainer. This person's life is a constant fire, and they expect you to be their permanent firefighter. They only call when the account is empty or the crisis is burning. They don't want a way out, they just want a bailout. Nehemiah was building a wall when his distractors tried to call him down. He said, "I am doing a great work, and I cannot come down." If you keep spending the margin God told you to build on emergencies you weren't assigned to carry, you are blocking their wake-up call. Manipulation is not ministry. Rescuing someone from a lesson God is trying to teach them isn't love. It's spiritual sabotage. We've looked at the critics and the crisis junkies, but this final person is the hardest to face because they wear the face of someone you love deeply. Number 5, the provision lover. This one hurts the most. They don't hate your success. They hate your unavailability. They don't need you to fail. They just need you guilty enough to keep answering every call. They know that if you truly obey God, if you become the leader and steward you were called to be, you won't be their backup plan anymore. You won't be easy to guilt trip. They don't need you poor. They need you available. They love your provision, but they resist your mission. Saul lost his kingdom because he feared people more than he feared God. The instruction from God isn't missing. Your obedience is. You have to decide today who you want to please, the crowd or the master. Listen carefully. This isn't a license to hate people. Most of the people holding you back don't even mean harm. They're just speaking from their own fear or wounds. They may not even realize what they're doing, but that doesn't mean you hand them the wheel. You can love someone from a distance while you obey God up close. Abraham brought Lot with him when he should have left him. It wasn't until Lot was gone that God could reveal the full vision to Abraham. Sometimes the people in your life aren't evil. They are just extra weight. The breakthrough you keep praying for is not waiting on their approval. It's waiting on your yes. If you are asking God for the strength to stop letting people-pleasing delay your purpose, comment discernment below. Not as a weapon against them, but as a covenant for your own heart. Subscribe if you're ready to grow in stewardship and faith. Your breakthrough is on the other side of your obedience. See you in the next one.